My daughter started speaking to her imaginary friend through the baby monitor. Last night, it answered back. Now she's locked herself in the bathroom, saying she needs to protect us from what's coming through. Allie has always been an imaginative child. At 5 years old, invisible tea parties and conversations with stuffed animals were normal. But 3 weeks ago, things changed. She began whispering to the baby monitor we still kept in her room, a habit I initially found adorable. "Hello, are you there?" she'd ask softly after I tucked her in. I assumed she was playing pretend with the monitor itself, creating some game where she was a radio operator or astronaut. Then she started calling it Morgan. "Morgan, can you hear me?" she'd whisper every night. "Morgan, tell me another story about the before place." When I asked about Morgan during breakfast, Allie looked surprised. "You know Morgan Perhotches, the one who lives in the walls and comes through the talking box?" My husband laughed it off. "Classic imaginary friend stuff," he said, pouring more cereal. "Remember my sister had one she swore lived in the heating vents." But Allie's behavior grew increasingly strange. She began leaving toys arranged in perfect circles around the monitor. She'd wake up with intricate braids in her hair that neither my husband nor I had done. When questioned, she'd simply say, "Morgan showed me how to do it while you were sleeping." Last night I was folding laundry when I heard Allie's now familiar whisper through the monitor. "Morgan, why can't you visit during the day?" Then it happened. A voice distinctly not my daughter's responded through static. "Because they wouldn't understand, Allie, not like you do." I dropped the basket and ran to her room, throwing open the door to find Allie sitting cross-legged on her bed, the monitor clutched in her small hands. She looked up calmly. "Morgan had to go away because you scared her," she said, disappointment evident in her voice. "She says you always ruin it." I grabbed the monitor, checking for some technical explanation, interference from a neighbor's device perhaps. Finding nothing, I unplugged it completely, hands shaking. "No more, Morgan," I said firmly, trying to hide my terror. "This game is over." Allie's face crumpled. "But Morgan says she's almost ready to come through." "She's been practicing for so long." "Come through from where?" my husband asked from the doorway, having heard the commotion. Allie's eyes widened. "From the before place, where everyone goes when they're waiting to be born, or after they're gone. Morgan says she wasn't supposed to leave yet, but someone made a mistake. This morning the bathroom door slammed at 5:38 a.m. We found Allie inside, having barricaded herself with towels and bathroom supplies. Through the door, her voice was calm but resolute. "Morgan says they made another mistake. They left the door open too long. Now others have seen it, the thin place between here and there. Morgan says they're angry ones and they're coming through the static." My husband is currently trying to dismantle the lock while I sit here, listening to our daughter softly counting inside. The most terrifying part isn't her behavior. It's the fact that all the baby monitors in the house, including the one I unplugged and placed in a drawer last night, here is nothing but static coming through, but something about the pattern of the noise sounds almost like footsteps getting